Okay everyone, welcome back to another video on Assetto Corsa. In today's video, I'm going to be trying to show you a very quick way to improve your safety rating on your rating section. So you can see there we're currently on 39 on my settings. I've deliberately not improved my safety yet because I wanted to do this for a video. It's gone up a little bit as I've been driving the game, obviously on the other stuff with time trial and stuff. But now what we're going to do is show you a very quick way. So what I found and what I got told quite a while ago from the PC version was that if you drive at night time, obviously put max amount of cars on there and drive yourself probably in the middle of the field. I think it's probably the best place to start. So start yourself right in the center of the action. I set the AI to not particularly a high setting. I think it was 90. So yeah, you can go higher, you can go lower. It all depends on you see. So for this race, we're going to go with light rain and not the heavy rain for this one. And yeah, hopefully this will show you how to improve your safety rating. Now, one thing to bear in mind is if you want to race it with higher AI, that's fine. I mean, I could actually probably comfortably race these conditions against the 100% AI or around 95 to 100%, whatever that would be. But I think setting it to a level that's a little bit easier for yourself is always going to make things a little bit easier in terms of staying very close to another AI car, because for your safety rating, what the game needs to see you doing is driving safe around other cars. And if you do this at night time and in wet conditions, it increases the points that you get for improving your safety rating. So bear that in mind. If you do it in the daytime and dry, you're not going to gain as quick. We're going to do a very quick 10-minute race here. You see, I'm trying to stay away from the AI cars as much as possible. So what you're going to see me doing is going like to the right hand side of the car, trying to get close to him. Now this is a very good, you need to be close to them through the corners, and then making sure you stay safe, though giving the AI cars a lot of space. Now some people might want to do this online. The disadvantage to doing this in a public server to improve your safety rating for the competition servers is that you're relying on people that might just dive and absolutely wipe you out. In the AI, when you're using the AI for this, they are not going to wipe you out. They're going to drive a lot more safe. They're going to be more predictable. They're actually very clever in my experience. It's probably the best AI I've come across in a racing game to date. They really do drive with intelligence, especially if you knock them down to like 90%. They will not dive you. If you want to have a more racy experience when doing this, obviously up that aggression, up the speed of the AI. It will make it more fun in terms of the race, but you risk obviously coming into contact with them where you're having to push and stuff like that. But for the sake of this video, I just wanted to show you the easiest ways possible, the easy way possible to get your rating up. As you see, I made sure I avoided that Lamborghini there, as he had to brake a little bit early because he was very close to the GTR in front of me. And then on exit, I made sure I didn't come straight back across because we had a car right behind me there. So these are things you need to take a lot of attention to. So always watch your radar in them situations, because if you hit the AI, it's gonna actually take a point off of your safety rating. So always bear that in mind. It will tell you in game as well when this happens. It will say under collision between cars number whatever, incident point took off or something like that along them lines. So yeah, keep it clean. Avoid the AI cars, but you want to race close to them at the same time. So if you've got a car in front of you and behind you, it's going to help boost up your safety rating a lot. As you see, getting very close there, not going to go for a move because you want to keep it safe. It's all about looking for opportunities, going side by sides as much as possible, and go for overtakes. I would say if the opportunity is there and you've got another car in front of that you can still drive close to. If what I wouldn't do is if there's a big gap to the next AI car, is to overtake that car and then just push on and just drive solo with no one near you. You want to be close to the opposition cars. This is going to help the game recognize that you're driving safe, you're not going for dives, you're not coming into contact with the AI, and this is all going to help improve your safety rating very quickly in the game. In my opinion, it's probably the safest and quickest way to do this. This is a 10-minute race. We'll take a look after we finished it just how much our ratings have gone up. As you see again, looking behind the Lamborghini, I'm looking to see when, to try and get alongside him, but I'm not going to dive him. So again, we're going to have a little look up down the left hand side, get that radar interaction, but back out. I'm not going to dive up the inside there because it'd be too risky. We could come side by side. It's slightly wet conditions. I'm running the dry tyres on this track because it was only light rain. They do actually work quite well, by the way. One thing I didn't do was change the setup, so I should have probably put a bit more pressure in the tyres, maybe. Not 100%. I would have had to have obviously tested that, but even with the default pressures, they seem to be running pretty fine, no issues with grip. Obviously they're a bit cold, but they're probably better than the wet tyres, which would overheat in the light rain, so bear that in mind. When it's light rain like this, the rain will burn off the track. If you start running the full wet tyres, they overheat and burn up as we go for that inside line, and then giving him space on the outside there. I think there might have been a tiniest bit of contact there. Now just remember, tiny bit of contact once or twice in a race isn't going to hurt it too much. If you start ramming into the AI throughout every lap, that is going to hurt it quite a lot, as we now speed up the action as we're trying to catch back up to that Lamborghini and get some more action as close as possible and be as fair as possible, because again, this is all going to help with your ratings at the end of the race. So again, we're going up the inside there. Are we going to try and hold it this time? No, I decided to back out again. You see, we're going to try and tuck up the inside on this corner, and again, no, backing out there. We're going to try and get a better exit from the final corner to see if we can get alongside that Lamborghini down the main straight, to see again if that can help. So it's side-by-side action. It's all stuff that will help the safety rating improve in this game. Obviously on the PC version I got mine up quite quickly because I didn't do this. I just wanted to do this for a video to give you some advice in terms of if you're struggling to get it up, and also the best place to do it. In my opinion, this is the best way to do it against the AI. If you want to do it a safer way but you won't gain as much safety, as you can do it in daytime and in dry conditions, but just bear in mind that you're not going to get the same increases in your safety rating as you would if you do it at night time in wet conditions. This will really boost up your ratings a lot quicker, as you're going to see when we get to the end of this race. So again, we're now behind the Nissan. We've got the Lamborghini behind us, which is good, as he braked very early. Again, got to have quick reactions. Moved out the way of that Nissan. Did not want to hit him, because if I hit him in that situation, it's really not going to help us. We then have to stay wide on the outside because that Lamborghini was on our left, and this is actually all good for the safety rating, because driving this close to the AI to situations like that and not coming into contact will actually let the safety system know that you were aware, you saw what was coming, you avoided the collision, and it's all going to help boost your points up in that department on that ranking. So again, going into that final corner, powering our way out now. This is the final lap now. We've got this one more lap to try and get as much close action as possible. The more action you get close to another AI car, I believe it will help your rankings boost up a little bit faster. Now, one thing to bear in mind is, as your rankings improve, they're going to slow down the higher they get, so you won't get as many points as you go up. So from 30 to 40 to 40 to 50, etc., to 60 to 70, your points aren't going to increase as much because the game's going to start slowing down. And one thing to bear in mind is on the ranking system, the reason that your racecraft at the end is very slow at increasing is because it works on one thing at a time. If you read the ranking system, it tells you that it works on one thing. When it's at a satisfactory level, it then moves on to the next one. I think it might be over 50 or something like that. I don't know if it's 50 or 60 or 70, but it then works its way to the next ranking thing. So once you've got your safety up quite high, it will start looking at your racecraft, which will be going into online races, into AI races, and again, just racing very clever. And yeah, I think maybe, I'm not sure if pit stop stuff like that, and doing clean pit stops will come into play with the racecraft or not. I'm not 100% sure because I haven't played the game massively on the PC version. I'm obviously looking forward to doing more and more of this game as I am really enjoying it. Although the frame rate is a little bit of a problem, one thing I did notice though was at night time the frame rate didn't bother me at all. Really, it felt a lot smoother. I don't know if anyone else has thought this. The only thing that was a little bit scary was the rear view mirror and the lights from the car behind only appeared right in front of you, right at the end of, like, right millimeters behind. So let's have a little look now at what improvements that got. So you can see straight away we've gone from 39 to 49. We've jumped up 10 points from a 10-minute race. Now that is brilliant. 10 minutes of racing and we've gone up by 10. So let's try it again now. Same conditions, although we've put it now to medium rain, same time of day, same grid position, same AI. We've got 90-90 again, but we're starting on the wet tyres this time because it's medium rain. You don't want to be on the dry tyres in these conditions because they will not handle particularly well. This is wet weather conditions. You'll be sliding quite a lot if you're on the dry tyres when it's like this. So again, we're going to see if it makes much of a difference in terms of the points you get. Now, one thing you need to bear in mind is that as you go higher, like I said before, now we're on 49, it's going to be slower increasing the points. But again, if we can get like 8 to 10 points from races like this is so, it's actually quite easy. Within an hour of doing this, you could do 4 or 5 races in an hour, and you could go from 30 to 40 to about 80, I reckon 70, something like that. And what your aim is to get is to 70. 70 is that value, I think, where you're going to start being able to get in the competition servers. I don't know if it's 72, it's around that value, but that is the value that you want to start getting into the cleaner lobbies. Now, the competition servers are a little bit like GT Sport and iRacing in terms that they match make you against other drivers. So that is what you want to achieve. You want to get your ratings up a bit, and the higher your ratings, the higher lobbies that you'll be in. I think there is 5 servers on the PC version. I'm not too sure about the PS4 version, how many servers are available in each time slot for the competition servers. So bear that in mind. The higher your ratings, the game will pick you by the highest safety and the highest overall ratings. So if you're not got particularly high ratings, you probably will get, if there's too many people who have entered it, you might get dumped out and you won't get the chance to race in that lobby. So just remember that when you're going into them servers. So again, you can see again in these heavy wet conditions, we're trying to do the exact same thing, staying very close to the car in front and staying close to the car behind us as well, trying to keep a car that's behind us and in front all the time. And this is why it's quite an advantage to run it on slightly slower AI than what you can actually achieve. Like, obviously I could put it on 100% AI, we can get a solid result here. We did that for a video the other day with 100% AI, but when you're trying to improve stats, this is a quicker way of doing it. Just put it down to a nice, easy, comfortable level, and we can just deliberately hold the position around 2 AI cars and really keep the action really close to boost them stats up. So again, you've seen there, making sure that we avoided that Nissan GTR, because like I say, if you come into contact with any sort of cars, it's going to cause a problem. So yeah, let's fast forward the action again. Let's get to some more close action. This is what this is what you need to be doing. You'll notice that I'm trying to avoid contact every single, every time there's a possible contact, back out. Do not hit the car in front, because if you do that, even though it's the AI, it will affect your ratings. And that is why, again, I really like the system used in Assetto Corsa, because it's teaching people to race clean, not only against humans, but whenever they play the game, because people pick up bad habits racing against the AI and then they bring them into multiplayer, and yeah, all hell breaks loose. But in this, it's always monitoring the way you drive, which is a good thing, I think. Doesn't matter if you're playing online or solos. We have a little moment there on the rear, and the car behind us gets very close, and you can see what I mean by the lights on that rear car. So if you're driving at night time and suddenly, online, a car just appears out of the blue behind you in the mirror, it can be quite scary. So that is obviously because the graphic settings on the PS4 are quite low. They've got the settings really turned down to try and get it running smooth. At night time though, like I said, even in the wet weather at night time, it seems to run very nicely. It seems to run smooth. Even though it's 30 FPS, it definitely runs smoother than in the daytime for me. It could be a visual thing that you're not seeing the scenery going past so much. So you're going to do this to the end of the race. We're going to skip forward now towards the end of the race, and then we're going to show you what sort of points we get from obviously carrying on this kind of drive and making sure you don't hit anyone else in the race. So skipping ahead to the final few corners, drove a very nice clean race against the AI here in the wet conditions. However, right at the end here, I don't know if this would have affected the safety points. Really, it's hard to work out. I don't really know how the game works with this, but we'll bear it in mind when we look how many points we gained. So going out the final corner onto the main straight, went over to the right. One thing you need to be careful is do not be overly aggressive on the curb. You see, I went to left, got on the curb on the power, and it lost it, and as we went over the line, we wiped out the AI. So yeah, just ignore that part. Wasn't meant to happen. It was just a bit of curb action. So let's go and have a look and see if that affected. Let's see if we still gained. And you can see there, we've gone from 49 to 57, so an increase of 8. Now, it's possible we might have lost a point or so from that at the end, but also you need to bear in mind, the higher your ratings go, the slower they will increase. So yeah, overall, we've gained nearly 18 points in our safety from 2 races in 20 minutes. So you can just see how quickly you can boost up your safety ratings from doing these very simple things. And if you didn't know how to do it, this is the quickest way that I believe to do it. Obviously, making sure that you stay clean and don't wipe out the AI on that final corner, because it might knock some ratings off. I don't know. It was an accident. It didn't mean to happen, but yeah, we still gained quite a big chunk of safety points. So I hope this video has helped you out. Hope it's give you some advice for boosting your stats up on that safety, so you can go and join them competition servers. Let me know in the comment section if it's helped you out. Hit that like button, and I'll see you all for more videos very soon. Thanks again for watching, everyone.